Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. In today's episode of our Reboot series, we're going to showcase by just how much our damage increased, we're showing which content is necessary for some amazing gear and boss fights, and we're upgrading our gear while talking about star forcing versus cubing. Let's dive right in. In the previous episode, we noticed that our ignore enemy defense, a stat super necessary for boss fights, was still lacking, and our damage could use a boost as well, so I trained 3 explorer magicians and 3 explorer thieves all the way until at least level 120. They are slowly leveling to level 140 to unlock their bigger legion block, but level 120 was necessary for that level 2 link skill. A level 6 triple stacked Explorer Magician link skill leaves a debuff on enemies that increases damage and ignore defense by 9%, which is perfect for when you go bossing. The level 6 Explorer Thief link skill increases my damage by 18% for 10 seconds every time I debuff an enemy, and hey, I'm a shade, debuffing is what I do, so this is perfect for me to use when both training and bossing. The buff lasts for 10 seconds, but there is a 20-second cooldown on it though. Because of all our mule leveling, our legion is getting close to 5k. Man, I can't believe I'm slowly working towards 8k legion again. My next legion characters are going to be Hayato for the critical damage legion effect and a nice link skill, and Ark, who has a link skill that will increase my damage as well. I want to train my Ark to level 210 for one of my next videos. Also, my character has a pretty low crit rate, so I'm currently considering leveling a marksman to level 140 as their legion increases critical rate. I've been leveling up my main as well, trading at hidden Iliad fields because I could finally one-shot the monsters over there with bomb punch, and Rev 3 is also a pretty nice training spot. When I'm not on a totem, I sometimes train on those turkey monsters over here, and because the level difference was shrinking, Earth Spirits in Arcana are getting pretty nice to train at as well. So after a little bit of training, I reached level 230, unlocked my next symbol, and I can shorten my daily some more, which is freaking amazing. One of my next smaller goals is to get familiars with some decent stats, preferably ignore enemy defense. Right now I kinda left the familiar system as is. I just got some familiars that increase my critical rate and that's it, but the monsters in Morass now drop familiar cards, so I will farm there when I'm not grinding to try and find some better familiars. So much for the progression on the leveling side, and it was time to do some blockbusters as well to unlock more rewards and more boss fights, as well as the always fun Afterlands team dungeon for some permanent totems. If you don't want to keep grinding at Shanghai for those totems, you can get permanent totems from this content, and of course you can defeat the very evil yellow mage as well. After that, I did the Black Haven blockbuster to unlock the Lotus boss fight. We can't exactly take him on yet, but I feel like now is a good time to at least unlock the boss fight. Another blockbuster that I completed was Monad. This story lasts about 2.5 hours, but rewards one of the best non-event titles in the game, granting 10 all stats, 15 attack and magic attack, and 5% boss damage when equipped. Those stats are permanent. Completing this blockbuster also rewards a special medal that has some great stats, but those do expire. But I'm using this one for now. After getting a little bit stronger, my fiancée Femke and I finally managed to score our first hard Magnus kill, who is still a death simulator and a really annoying boss to fight if you can't just bind and burst him down. Bloody hell, man. And we also took down the big kills Worm and Root Abyss. Femke and I are both playing classes that don't exactly deal a ton of damage without having high amounts of funding, and since I am mechanically challenged as well, I always have trouble surviving boss fights, but I only lost 1 life during this run, so that was pretty nice. Now with the big worm down, we will continue working on getting stronger so we can take down the next big baddie Lotus. Speaking of getting stronger, I also farmed a little bit of mesos while grinding and collected about 2.5 billion mesos. Not exactly a lot, but it was all I could manage for the 5, 10, 15 Star Force event. Make sure to do Ursus during double meso time, defeat bosses on a daily base, complete MapleStory every day to earn as many mesos as possible outside of grinding. And last Sunday it finally happened, this unholy 5, 10, 15 event went live. You know, I would rather cube than Star Force because I hate losing progress, but hey, this time we underwent this as well. Star Forcing items past level 15 gives crazy amount of stats. From 15 to 16 stars you'll get 11 main stat and 9 attack and magic attack, and this only goes up the more you'll increase in stars. I only blew up my pants once trying to go from 10 to 15 stars, and I went to 15 relatively smoothly, but bloody hell, it costed me more than half my mesos, just slightly over 1 billion that I saved up to get to 17 stars. That was not a promising start, but I believe this is what they call streamer's luck, because I kept hitting those very small chances to blow up my item. My top got destroyed 3 freaking times just trying to get to 15 stars. Safeguarding was too expensive and I had spares anyway. The Root Abyss set is pretty easy to get, so I wouldn't safeguard that unless you don't have any spares. I reached 16 stars on my top after spending about 900 million. Well, that didn't really go as planned. But after a quick welfare bear run and some more farming, we got some additional mesos to try again. I could only save up 173 million so far, so we just had to use some of the streamer's luck to make it happen again. I let my chat vote what to upgrade first. We could either get the top to 17 or try and get the hat from 13 to 16 stars, and they voted for the hat. And after only spending 70 million, we got it to 15 and I made it 16 stars right away. Actually pretty nice, but we ran out of mesos again, and after a bit more farming I got enough for 3 tries, so if I failed I could try again 2 more times. But wow, we actually got lucky, and I won that both my top and my hat from 16 to 70 stars in one go. Unlike that 1 billion we had to spend earlier, that's more like it. So if you're looking into Star Forcing and you're not sure what to Star Force yet, your Fafnir set is pretty safe to Star Force, because you won't be replacing them anytime soon. The Absolab set and Arcane Umbra set have overalls and we won't use those, and the additional attack and stats make a pretty big impact compared to your potential lines. I did cube a little bit as well a week ago for some additional gains. Now that the Star Force event has passed, I'll be working on getting my accessories to legendary potential for some meso lines, so we can at least farm a bit more efficiently, while also increasing my damage by cubing my secondary. I wanted to get some better stats on that one. Earlier we only had one line of 12% attack and some useless stats. I ran out of messes at one point and we had to settle with 9% attack, 35% boss damage and this ungodly 12% magic attack. I was rolling so many lines of magic attack during cubing, people thought I was a freaking magician. You know what, let's just quickly go over the equips. I finally got 3 permanent totems from Afterlands. I upgraded my glory ring from epic to unique and it now has 9% strength. My Tenebris ring went from epic to unique as well and now has 12% strength. I tried upgrading my awake ring, but it hasn't really been successful yet, and my eternal flame ring is still the same. My machinator pendant is also still the same. I did rank up my Hortal necklace to epic and got 6% strength on it, you know, it's the smaller things, whatever. My weapon cannot be cubed, but I did change the flames and it now gives some additional weapon attack. I recubed my belt as well and now it gives 15% strength. My hat is now unique and gives 12% strength. Both my face accessories are still the same as last time. My top is now unique and gives 9% strength. My pants didn't want to rank up either, but at least now they give 9% strength instead of 6. My shoes and Android didn't change. I did get a new cape thanks to Hard Magnus and I cubed that one up to 6% strength with the cold cubes. I recubed my gloves with some free cubes as well and got 9% all stats. My shoulder and earrings are still the same. I'm going to cube both my emblem and especially my secondary soon again as well, because that 12% magic attack on my secondary is really hurting me. I have a new temporary medal and of course the Magnus badge. Thanks to our cubing and little star forcing, I was able to increase my main stat by about 3k, going up from 12.4 to 15.6k. Thanks to all our hard work, almost all our stats are up as well. Boss damage increased from 182% to 236%, and my ignore defense went up from 87% to 89%, and our bonus damage and final damage as well as critical damage all increased slightly as well. Femke had a bit more luck cubing than I did. She used 1 cube to get these stats, but then again she spent 1.5 billion going from 10 to 11 stars, so she's currently considering quitting the game. She now has 11k main stat instead of the 8.8k that she had a couple of weeks ago. I made a promise to myself in the last video that we should be able to beat stage 40 in Dojo, and well, let's just say that this kinda counts even though it doesn't. I literally got teleported outside the dojo as soon as Magnus dies. Like, this counts, right? Speaking of dojo, another advantage of playing an E-Reboot is that there were literally 0 paladins running dojo, so Femke was able to get number 1 in her job ranking because there was no competition. Nice gloves for Femke, nice. And finally I ranked up some of my skills as well. Bomb Punch and Spirit Claw reached level 26, which increases these skills their final damage by 52%. The more we grind, the more nodes we'll find, so this will continue to grow as well at a steady pace. So next up, more legion grinding, working on familiars and a ton of meso farming to get stronger and finally get some meso gear. If you want to follow our progress more closely, make sure to tune in to our Twitch streams. And that was all for today. As always, many thanks to our members for making this video possible. Thanks to Niels, Coninck, Raar, maar, waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, FLX, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Dries, Zumker, JayBEEF, Francisco Sousa, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, ceemak, Saffronyx, Lorenzo, BG Extremes, Anwar NHI, Brendon, Frank Bouquit, Ziggy Deer, Flidiet, Beamer WT, Knifesu, Chen125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Sir QQ Morse, Froggy11, 32655, Grayson Lee, Ricer RU, Brandon Cam, Vyra, Bruno H, Trevor, Yuki436, Afterlord_MS, Sinfalido, Ratius, John Man, Lucky Beats, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Yuruski TV, Sauli Shinauda, Heopan, Tuzira, Joshua Alvarez, Striker Elk, Nok MSS, Nuyu, Tai Duang Pan, and Victor Sundstrom. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!